And Chris Ockley with Anna West, the Lafayette former state champ and high school All-American, and now Baylor sophomore, who had a great, just capped off her sophomore cross season a week ago in Louisville with a 40th place All-American finish. Just tell me, 7 days later, what are you thinking and feeling? Has it set in yet?
Yeah, it didn't set in for a while, but I think being home and being with a family of runners and just surrounded with people who follow me and stuff, it's finally set in that I'm an All-American, which is just crazy to think about, but it's been a goal of mine for a long time, so it's really cool to finally get.
You had a great freshman year, and the team qualified for nationals, and you were, 120th, I think?
Yeah.
And now this year you get your second runner-up at Big 12s, two-time All-Region, you're third at the South Central region. Mm-hmm. And this year it was just you and teammate Lindsay that qualified. And what did you take away from last year's 120th place finish? Would you learn anything from that helped you this year? What did you take away from a year ago at the Nationals?
Yeah, definitely last year I was not happy with 120th, and I knew I was in way better shape than that, and I was capable of so much more. But I think I needed that experience. I needed that one Nationals bad race to realize that this year when I was on the starting line, I was like, I don't want that to happen again.
Right.
I don't want to leave with regret that I didn't put it all out there, and I just had to trust myself, trust my training, and trust my coach and my teammate, because I race with her all the time. So I think last year's experience helped me because it gave me motivation for this year.
And I know Coach Harbour said, in the press release, going into the meet, that you and Lindsay, the goal, you guys had got there, and you're both talented, and the goal was that top 40 finish. And I think you were, you were in the high 40s most throughout the race, and then that last K, I think you really moved up into 40th, and then held off the Kentucky girl for that last All-American spot by 0.03 of a second.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that last home stretch?
Yeah. So the beginning of the year, even last year too, I didn't really use my kick often, and I remember in high school I was I wasn't known for that, but
sure.
I always finished pretty strong, and so I think it took me a while to have confidence and realize I can use that kick again in college, even though it's a faster race. But so the last three races I was really focusing on that, which helped me a lot at conference and regionals, because in regionals I think I was 5th or 6th going into the last few hundred meters, and then I kicked it in. So that gave me confidence at nationals. I was like, okay, I can do this. You only have to hurt for another minute, just go for it. And what I think was hilarious was that everybody was like, did you know what place you were in coming on the last? I was like, I had no idea.
Right.
So when I was kicking hard, I just saw that Kentucky girl. I didn't know she was 40th place. I didn't know I was going for an All-American spot, but I just felt like this, you have to pass her no matter what. So it's the weirdest thing to think about, because you have no idea even who you're chasing down, but every place does matter.
And when did you hear that you were 40th? What?
I knew I was about 45th or so with 1,000 left, maybe 46th. I don't really know. But so I was trying to keep track in my head where I was, but I had no idea coming to the last 100 meters. So I didn't know when I crossed the finish line, and I didn't know till my name popped up on the board. Okay.
Well, I think I broke the news to Coach Harbour. I told him congrats, and I told him, unofficially it looks like 40th, but just the race played out how you wanted. You just consistently got out in good position, and then stay that way and finish strong. Is that how you would imagine the race playing out?
Yeah, that's typically how I race. I like to be a little more conservative at the beginning, because I like to catch people more than being caught, even if that means ending up in the same spot. But my teammate Lindsay actually races completely opposite of me. She likes to go out faster and then hold on, and I like to work in the reverse direction. So we always end up near each other at the end, just racing different ways. But I thought if I went out in the 50s or 40s, I would be able to be in a comfortable enough position that I could get the All-American spot without running in fear, which I think was my main goal, was to have confidence and not fear people are chasing me down. So I think I'll definitely use that strategy in track races as well.
Sure. So you get the All-American honor, but I guess you guys had to head to the airport and miss the ceremony and miss that. Well, how disappointing was that? Are you looking forward to hopefully in the mail this week getting that medal?
Yeah, it's disappointing that I missed the ceremony, but hopefully that was just the first ceremony. Hopefully there's many more. So I'm still happy I got the honor. It stinks that I wasn't there, but what can you do?
Right. Well, you're 4 seasons down out of 12. I think hopefully you'll have lots of more opportunities.
Yes.
And tell me about peanuts. I think I keep hearing you reading on social media and read your quotes about. Yeah, I don't know if it's just you and you call you and Lindsay peanuts. Does that refer to your stature, or what is that?
It originated last year during, I guess it was earlier this year during indoor Big 12s. We were just kind of the two short Baylor girls that were working together in every race. So I think our Coach Hart, our head coach, he just named us the Peanuts, or maybe the Munchkins. I don't know where the Peanuts came from, but we're hoping it becomes a thing. We're hoping me and Lindsay are the Baylor Peanuts from now on.
Right, the legendary sprint coach Clyde Hart, obviously, and tell me what it was like at Nationals to have so much family support. You had, I think, your family there, and maybe even Devin's, and I know Coach Brandon and his wife were all there. What was that like?
It's unbelievable. Like, there's some teammates that their parents live so far away they don't get the chance to come travel and see them, and it's really upsetting. But just the fact that I can have a 4-hour drive away from most meets for my parents and stuff, it's huge, and it means the world that they come out, and it meant the world that I had all of my mom's friends and previous coaches and current coaches, and it's just a huge deal because you're running for more than yourself at that point. You're running for everybody there. And Devin actually surprised me the night before, which was just amazing. And when I couldn't sleep at 1 a.m, I was like, Devin, come to the lobby. I need somebody to talk to. And so everybody's supportive, and it's so awesome to have them all there.
And it's not, Waco, Texas is not, just a short drive from St. Louis, but it's almost like you've got a familiar situation down there with your brother Jordan, obviously running on the team, and the fifth-year senior, and then Devin now being down there. What's been a smooth transition, and I got to think that's got to make things easier, more comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's a big deal that Jordan and I are at the same school, because wherever we travel to, my parents get to see us. Whenever they come to Waco, they get to see both kids at once. So we see them all the time, which is awesome. And it definitely helped the transition to college a lot, because he's helped me a ton with balancing school and running. And of course, Devin being there is also awesome. So it's been a really easy and good transition.
And what's it like? Obviously, both of your parents were excellent runners in their own right at Bucknell University. And what's the biggest takeaway that you've gotten from them? Obviously, it doesn't seem from a distance that they've been that overbearing, athlete parents and telling you to do this, but just been supportive and whatever that you guys would, if you want to take up running, and they'll support you. What's that like, relationship with them and their previous experiences? Yeah,
it's really great, because I tell people all the time, people think, because my mom coached at Villanova for a little bit, my dad was a 4:04 miler, they expect that they forced me to run from a young age and stuff, but I didn't start running till I chose to freshman year. They just feel like, get off your butt and do something.
Right.
So they wouldn't care if I was a trumpet player or whatever, as long as I was passionate about it. But it's cool to be able to share the same passions as your parents, because they definitely understand. And it's huge, like the whole All-American honor. It's cool because my parents, of course, always wanted an All-American honor, and all their college teammates and stuff understand like what it means. So I've been getting a lot of support and stuff from that whole community too.
Cool,
so it's cool. Yeah.
So they'd still love you if you were just a baker and
they
food
would still love
designer,
me.
huh?
They would still love me if I was sitting on the couch playing computer games like I used to, but it's cool to share a passion with them too.
And lastly, what was like Saturday morning right now, and then 2 days ago you were winning the Chesterfield Turkey Trot. Tell me what that was like and how much fun that was.
Yeah, the Turkey Trot's always fun. I think I've done that every year. Well, I've done a Turkey Trot every year since maybe 8th grade now, so just got to keep the tradition going.
Right.
And me and Lindsay had to have a workout on Thursday because we're running the indoor 5K at Boston University next week.
Right.
Yes. So I haven't taken my break yet, but after that we'll get a good week or two off.
Sure. Yeah. So you didn't overindulge the last couple of days of Thanksgiving?
No, I still did.
Okay.
I'm still really full, but you got to do what you got to do. It's the holidays.
And what do we think? What's the PRs on the track?
I ran a 16:23 5K last year and a 9:25 3K, I think. Yeah, which last track season wasn't my most stellar, and I was definitely getting tired by the end of the year. So hopefully I'll be able to lower those. I'm hoping to go sub 16 this year.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the great season, the All-American finish. I know the big goal that everybody wants to have in their career, and you've gotten that out of the way early on. So hopefully many more to come.
Yes,
so congrats, and thanks for bearing the cold with me. So
Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.